You're not underpaid because you don't work hard. You're underpaid because your effort is being used in ways that were never designed to build real income for you. You've been productive, you've been responsible, you've even been consistent. It has to start with reclaiming time, energy, and attention to begin to create something that doesn't already exist. You're not underpaid because you don't work hard. You're underpaid because your effort is being used in ways that were never designed to build real income for you. And that difference is what's silently keeping your income where it is. Because at a certain point, when you're putting in real effort and your life isn't moving forward financially, it stops feeling like a coincidence. It starts to feel like something is off, but you can't fully see what it is. You know it's not because of you, because you handle things, you show up, you figure hard things out, you make sure things don't fall apart, you're reliable, you are very capable, and people depend on you because of that. But when you look at your actual life, your income doesn't reflect that level of output because most of what your effort is going towards was never designed to increase your income. So the instinct becomes, I need to do more. I need to work harder. I need to push further. I need to get on my grind. But that instinct is exactly what keeps the pattern in place. That instinct is what's exploited because it keeps you giving more effort to the same structure that was never designed to give you what you deserve. This is not about how much you work. This is about what your work is being used for. And we're not just talking about work in the workplace. We're talking about all the valuable ways in which you show up in your family, in your community, in the places that you give labor. And right now, your effort is being directed into things that keep everything running, but don't build anything that leads to ownership, leverage, or real sovereignty for you. And that's the difference between effort being used and effort being leveraged. When most of your time is being pulled into maintaining what already exists, responding to what shows up, supporting those things that depend on your energy, and stabilizing everything around you, your effort gets spent but not invested. An effort that is being constantly spent can keep systems running, but it's not necessarily designed to create income that grows for you. And when you're moving in cycles like this, your effort will be constantly absorbed, but it will never produce an income that expands in your favor. The part that most of us don't see clearly is how this actually affects your decisions. When your time is already spoken for, you don't choose based on growth. You choose based on what's urgent, what's due, what can't wait. And over time, your entire life gets shaped by urgency and not direction. The problem is most of us can't actually see where our energy is getting used up in real time. So you either try to fix everything at once or you fix the wrong thing. And that's why nothing changes and you increasingly feel like you're running in the same cycles over and over and over without results. Most Black women are operating inside of one of these three patterns. Your time is being consumed before you can direct it for yourself. Your focus is constantly interrupted, or the majority of your effort is going to upkeep instead of progress. And each one of those requires a different shift. So let me make it real for you. I want you to sincerely think about your last 2 to 3 days. I don't want you to just think about what you did, but I want you to think about what your effort actually produced. How much of your work turned into something that you own, something that grows, or something that gives you more control over your time, energy, and the way you make decisions? And how much of it had to be done again the next day just to maintain what you already have? And I'm asking you to reflect on these questions, not to create shame and not to judge where you are or what you've done up to this point. It's to help us begin conversations about what actually moves us as Black women towards the life we deserve. And it starts with understanding that you can be working constantly and still not be building income that expands. Because if your effort is going into systems that require you to continue to show up the same way, then your income stays tied to how much you give. And that's where a lot of Black women get caught up. You're not underworking, you're overgiving in environments that don't return what you're putting in. So it's not just about making money. It's about how your effort is being valued, what your work is actually building for you, and whether your energy is creating anything that you control. Because income doesn't come from effort alone. It comes from focused time, uninterrupted execution, and work that actually returns value to you. So if 60 to 70% of your time is being pulled into maintenance and response, then only 30 to 40% of your time is even available to consider creative ways to expand your income. And your results will always reflect that, not your potential, your allocation. And this isn't just theory. Look at any high income structure. Income comes from protected time, focused execution, and work that directly produces value. And this is crucial for us as Black women because many of us are striving to build systems that don't already exist. We're holding together entire lives, exiting one system, creating another. We're formulating the blueprint from our own imaginations. And I'm the first to understand that this is no small task. I've heard it all before. That sounds great. It sounds like a luxury for someone who has time on their hands. This isn't realistic. This isn't practical. We have to make do with what we have. And while I understand that logic, it's the exact logic that keeps us stuck instead of moving forward. So the purpose of the conversation is not to suggest that you need to blow up your life or make immediate changes overnight. The purpose is to begin conversations that shift our mindset on how we engage, what we accept, and what we tolerate for ourselves. If we are to ever see progress, it has to start with reclaiming time, energy, and attention to begin to create something that doesn't already exist. And most of us lose hours of productivity every day to interruptions and constant task switching. So if your day is constantly being redirected, your results will reflect that. And a lot of what's taking your time isn't just the work that you do to provide for your family. There are things that have been framed as necessary, responsible, and part of being on top of things. And these are the spaces that you can begin to reclaim time. Because if it's not producing more income, ownership, or leverage, then it's not moving your life forward and it's something that you can consider letting go. So it's not just that you're working hard. It's that most of your effort is being applied in ways that doesn't increase your income. And that's how years pass. You've been productive, you've been responsible, you've even been consistent. But your financial reality hasn't moved into proportion with what you've given, but it hasn't been leveraged. So you're not just losing time, you're losing what that time could have built for you. So now you can see it. It's not your effort, it's not your capability, it's not your discipline. It's where your time is going and what your effort is being used to sustain. And until you interrupt where your time is being directed, your income will continue to reflect the same structure. And if you're serious about changing this, you need to see exactly which pattern you're operating inside of. Not generally, precisely. Because each one requires a different response. That's exactly why I built the orientation map for Black women. It shows you where your time is actually going, what pattern is shaping those decisions, and why your effort isn't turning into progress. So you can stop guessing and start making shifts that actually change your results. And if that's something that you know you need right now, it's available for free below in the description of this video. Go check it out and let me know what you think. And in the next video, I'm going to break down why you can be a very capable woman and still hesitate, still second guess yourself, and override your decisions in ways that cost you time, money, and opportunity. If you're a Black woman who is done working hard and still not seeing the progress of your labor, subscribe. because this space is designed to help you turn your effort into something that actually returns progress to you.